Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Sorry, it's been a couple weeks. I have been out of town and just busy over the weekend, so I haven't had much time to film your updates for how it's growing. But I'm back, and there are things that are growing that I would love to share with you. So if you're new here, welcome, and please be sure to like and subscribe so you can see more. Usually weekly plant updates. I do house plants as well as I have a balcony garden. So I will be sharing updates on both of those items today. So first, as you can see, I have rebooted my Aerogarden. This is romaine, no surprise. Those of you who have been here, you know romaine is one of my favorite things to grow in the Aerogarden. I'm only growing like three, I guess you could say three bushes or three pods of romaine right now. This one, obviously, in the center is taking off. The other two have developed. You can see a little bit of green sticking out down there, as well as down in there. You can see there is green in there. You can see a leaf peeking through, so it's coming. It's just moving a little slower. Those two are moving a little slower than the one in the middle, but all nonetheless they are growing with romaine because they can grow so much and get very tall and everything. That's why I limited. This is actually a 9 pod arrow garden, so it can hold several different things, and you can mix and match what you're growing, but just right now romaine is all I wanted. Now I do have a second arrow garden, which I had the kale in before, and I'm just trying to decide what else I want to grow in there. If I want to try kale again, or I want to look through the rest of my seeds and see what else I might potentially grow over there. I have lots of herbs and things I could grow, but I'm just like, do I really want a ton of basil right now and that type of thing? So I'll figure it out. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and put them down below. My other arrow garden is a 6 pod arrow garden. And while we're on the topic of Aerogarden, I unfortunately saw the sad news that Aerogarden will be closing down, going out of business. The company Aerogarden will be closing down and going out of business. They're gradually shutting down. I think you can order, I think it's already up for time that you can order directly from their website, from the aerogarden.com website. I know it was an October date. And then in terms of being able to access an Aerogarden, you can still order them through Amazon, I think, for the end of the year. And I believe that they're going to close down all operations by sometime in January in terms of ordering and that type of thing. They will be still providing support. And I think if you have like the Wi-Fi edition or something where you connect and they provide that data, you'll still have that into like sometime in 2025 or 2026. So just check their website if that impacts you. But just know that if you are considering an arrow garden, or if you were thinking about getting another one, that the company site is now gone. I do believe that deadline has passed to order directly from them, but you can still order from Amazon, order their products through Amazon and other venues. So through the end of the year. So if you've been thinking about an arrow garden, now is your time to get it, or else it will be no more, at least not to order brand new from them. Next to the arrow garden, we have the Wiccan. Well, this was a aglaomenia, or aka a red Chinese evergreen, and you can see that it's still growing quite well. I do attribute some of the growth to the fact that it's near this grow light right here, but that's not intentional. It's just where I happen to have space to put it. But you can see there's a new leaf coming in here, one back there. There's a few new babies down in there, and the plant overall is doing well. It's not a fast growing plant, so it's not going to do crazy sprouting, but it is growing and producing new leaves, so that's always a good sign. Next to that, we have the Raven ZZ. Sorry, the lighting is not as great, but this is actually a black and purple plant, so what you see is not too far off, so it's doing fine as well. This was the free plant, randomly showed up in an order that I made that was not a plant or even related to a plant thing. It's here. It's coming along. I've seen some new leaves growing, but overall it seems to be okay. I'm still learning like how to care for it and kind of a best environment for it. So hopefully it will survive. It's really a trial and error plant because I don't have a clue what I'm doing with this one. It is a beautiful plant though, so hopefully it will make it through the winter, because I know it does like more humid or warmer climates, but it is a beautiful plant nonetheless. So hopefully it'll survive. And over here, We have, oh, and I didn't mention this is a Caletheia plant. I think it's the white fusion Caletheia because of the white variation that you have there. Here we have one of my golden pothos propagations that I repotted into its own pot. And it's actually doing really well. As you can see, there's a new leaf here. And there was another one forming. I'm sorry, this one just kind of finished coming out here. And then this curled one, as you can see, is still opening up. So it has been producing new leaves since it has been repotted. So again, I would say that this propagation from that was a success. And the other one that I propagated from the same golden pothos, I had two stems or three in this one, and you can see it's also doing well. These were like folded up and new when I repotted, and so you can see they are producing as well. So all of those seem to be doing their thing. Um, Here is my croton plant, and it is still growing because we see the green non-colorful leaves are the newer leaves because they grow into the colors. The older leaves are bigger and they have the deeper colors. So they're still growing. I do need to add some water in there. It drinks water pretty quickly. Usually after a couple of days, I have to refill it. So I want to possibly separate it, but I'm really scared because crotons are so delicate and fragile. Um, let's see. And then just to show you guys my Brazil philo, like it's been here. I've had it forever, but I just want to show you guys like how it's growing literally. Um, when I first, if you've been watching me for a while and I showed this Brazil philo, it was probably hanging like the end was probably about here. And as you can see, it is now on the floor, which I didn't even realize it was almost to the floor at this point. So it has been growing quite a bit. So yeah, so we love that. This will probably be my next propagation just because, as you can see, it's a lot of plant. But I love that plant. And again, if you don't know the backstory behind this plant, I started this with one leaf. So one leaf produced everything you see here because I had bought like a small little like you buy from the nurseries or the stores, you get the little pot of, a plant and repotted it into this vase. And all the leaves, except for all the leaves started dying off. So I thought, oh, this plant is just gonna die out. It's not gonna make it. And I almost threw it away when it got down to the one leaf. But I said, well, why not just let it sit there and see what happens? And sure enough, it just started blossoming and it went from one leaf to two, three, and now we have all of this. So again, this is the creation of one. So don't give up on your struggle plants because sometimes they might just surprise you. And we're gonna end with the balcony garden. As you can see out the window, I have tons of peppers I need to harvest. That is on my list of things to do today. But other than that, I'll go ahead and flip out there so that we can wrap up with the balcony garden. All right, y'all, we are back at the balcony garden. And I just want to show you an overview of some of the other things: the lemon balm, the mint, rosemary down there at the bottom, chocolate mint next to the peppers. But the main thing, of course, are the cayenne peppers. As you can see, they are plentiful. Many red ones, which is the ideal color. You can use them green as well. There was a bee that was checking me out, and so we're having a little battle. So please excuse the shaking of the camera. Hopefully nobody got dizzy off that. But once the bee went about his business, then I could get back to filming for you guys. The cayenne peppers, as you can see, are plentiful. Red is the ideal color, but you can use them when they're green as well. But I'm waiting for mine to turn red before I pluck them. So now they are ready to be harvested. You can kind of see the bee there that have been coming around me. I like to show my firecracker plant as well because I feel like I don't show it that often, but it's doing well. And the pumpkins, I don't know what's going on with them. We'll just keep watering and growing and waiting to see. So hopefully those are jack-o'-lantern mini pumpkins. Hopefully we'll get some. Thanks for watching.